He's never fought us. Not us united.
My favorite moment in the entire... Maybe I should complicate this before I start speaking here.
Welcome to Comics League. I'm Jared, and today I'm here with JHeat. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Today we are talking about the Flash trailer that premiered during the Super Bowl. All right, a lot was riding on this trailer, I think, and what was cool about it is that, first off, it looked gorgeous, and the fact that it got me really hyped for the movie. It showed you everything you needed to know. Now we know more closely what the plot of this movie is going to be. What do you think?
It was a very solid trailer. You had Batfleck giving a warning to Barry that he shouldn't do this. You had Kara Supergirl. It wasn't the full-blown World War III I expected. They kind of used Zod instead of Aquaman versus Wonder Woman. But other than that, I'm pretty content.
Yeah, because I think I think the part in Keaton's universe takes place during Man of Steel. In other words, Zod invades, but it's doing it like, what if Superman never landed and Kara is the one that gets there?
Maybe.
And I like, so it's legit the '89 Batcave. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But and we finally get to hear Keaton say, "I'm Batman" again. So nerd boner on that one. So essentially, see, here's the thing. What do you think of the Flash suit, the new one?
It's very nostalgic.
Mm-hmm. It looks a lot like the new 52 Flash suit, a little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay. I liked Kara, actually. Kaya Supergirl actually looked pretty intimidating. I love where Keaton holds up his fist and he goes, okay, we just have to not die. He lowers it, and there's Kara, like, hovering like in Brightburn, and then she just annihilates those dudes. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this Supergirl is going to be really cool to check out.
Definitely.
Now, here's the $1 million question, though. I wonder what the ending of this movie is going to be, because apparently there's a special cameo at the end. Now, and here's the thing. This could be the movie that gives, like, apparently they're using this movie as not necessarily also a reboot, but also to give closure to that part of the universe. In other words, like, close out the SnyderVerse and stuff. Well, not really close it out, but essentially just say, okay, we're moving on, but that story's done for right now. At least that's what it looks like to me.
Definitely, because Flashpoint is definitely going to be a new 52 situation. You know what I mean?
I'm fine with it because I love the new 52, as I'm sure you all know. But another thing I like how the trailer first starts off. It's Michael Keaton asking, "You could go to any world. Why fight for this one?" He goes, "Because this is the only one where my mom is alive." And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much Barry Allen. That's nice.
Yeah, cool. But I feel like they're downplaying the impact of Flashpoint and how altering the timeline was such a selfish decision. Because in context to the original story, it was purely selfish. He couldn't make peace with it. Now, if you're factoring Flash Rebirth, Thawne did create a paradox by actively killing Nora Allen, Barry's mom. But even if you didn't really need to know that part to get the full theme of the story.
Yeah.
Because Barry was still being selfish.
And then again, this is a trailer, and that could very well be a subplot in the movie, because it sounds like Affleck is accusing him of basically being selfish by going by saying you could destroy everything, but you want to go back to save your parents, knowing the effect that could have on the timeline.
Yeah, multiverse theory's a bitch, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. But what I know is also Batfleck is apparently, his new suit is blue and gray, like the classic Neil Adams Batman. I'm going to share a screen real quick. If you look at that, it's blue cape, baby. Heck yeah.
A lot of diehards and classics are going to enjoy that.
Yeah, it looks good. I like that suit. And the Bat Cycle looks freaking epic because it's Affleck's Bat Cycle. And again, I like how it links to Man of Steel really well. And apparently, it's going to show like what because Barry was saving people during the Black Zero incident, the original one. So it's probably going to start off with him in like a makeshift suit saving people.
But in Kara's Supergirl costume is no different than 2013's Man of Steel costume, and people were having a very solid reaction to that. And I'm not trying to get into a whole fan war about it, but all I'm saying is you're internalizing and idealizing a characterization from a bygone era.
Mm-hmm. I think that the only difference I would say with the Kara suit is that it is a little tonally brighter than the Man of Steel suit. That could be why people are responding positively to it, because a lot of what people didn't like about the Snyder movies is that the color tone is like that died down a little bit, which I didn't care about because I don't think it's a requirement that superheroes have like super bright outfits.
I mean, it's a good aesthetic choice, but it's not really necessary.
Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering now, the one thing they didn't show in the trailer is Black Flash, because we know he's going to be like a villain in the movie. Apparently, he could be from a timeline where the Kryptonians succeeded and essentially, what's the word? And essentially took over, and that's why he's wearing like Kryptonian armor.
Hmm.
That could be interesting.
But I could easily see the Snyder purists just brushing this off as just a repackaged Man of Steel. Color. I could easily see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll only put it this way: there's going to be Snyder purists that are going to blast this movie because it's like rebooting. But when you look at it, it's actually very respectful with what Zack put together. Essentially, it's just saying that okay, we're moving on, but we're not going to like go, because it would be disrespectful if it just completely annihilated. If essentially they stopped it and didn't like go to the efforts, like say, no, we're gonna actually like give it a send off. Now, I will say a cool special effect was the ring. They show you the ring opening up and the suits in there, so I'm like, oh, that's cool. So actually showing some pretty dope stuff, and all in all, it looks like it's going to be a very enjoyable movie. By the way, I liked in the trailer where they sort of do like a more modernized version of the '89 Batman theme after he goes, "I am Batman."
And how I don't know if this was Flashpoint Barry or President. Okay, why are there two Barry Allens? Do you really need two Barrys?
No, and it's kind of funny. In the Flashpoint storyline, there wasn't two Barrys. It was just Barry. He had the memories of the previous timeline, but obviously it was screwed up. That's it. I guess they didn't want to have to do the whole memories from that timeline and this timeline are conflicting storyline. They just wanted to go, let's just have a clean break. Plus, that way you can have Barry recreating the circumstances that gave him his powers.
Yeah, but it's kind of a waste of effects to essentially have two flashes. I mean, effects-wise, it's kind of all you need is to sprinkle a few extra flashbacks. And even then, you could just use stock footage.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that was a little bit that was a little too high of a price to pay for convenience.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with you on that one. Now, all right, so all in all, the flash effects look good. I'm wondering how they change from him having blue lightning to gold lightning, but I think that's actually just the suit. In other words, the suit essentially applies the gold filter, because if you notice, the suit is glowing gold, but when we see our Barry and like the scene where he's in his room, it's blue lightning. So it could be that's just the suit filtering the light. But all in all, okay, so did this trailer increase your hypeness for this movie in any way? Because for me, it did. For me, it 100% did.
Oh, definitely. It definitely did what it was supposed to do. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, essentially, it got me excited for a Flash movie, and a movie that had a little issue with its star. So it essentially gave people a more positive view of it, which and it looks amazing. And from what I've seen of people that have seen it, they said it's like one of the best DC movies of all time. So we will certainly see. But I think that's a good place to leave this discussion. If you guys drop down below in the comments your thoughts on the Flash movie, and we will see you in the next video. Stay heroic, everyone. Bye-bye.